All right, everybody, we're in Fort Myers, Florida, and we're going to explore the nice side of town. There's an abandoned Burger King here, which has some vandalism. Yeah, let me get a Whopper with no pickle, no onion, no bun, no meat, no lettuce, no tomato. Just pretty much the box with mayonnaise. Alright guys, so far this neighborhood's been great to us. We found some antiques that we can resell, and we found some mangoes. A guy gave us mangoes. This is what most of South Fort Myers looks like. They're houses from like maybe the 70s or 80s. Small single family homes. This pretty much sums up most of South Fort Myers. Great areas. And it's not as expensive as other parts. I said there's a Cadillac in that garage. But this is a great neighborhood. And it's affordable. This area of Fort Myers is not expensive. And this is a really nice area. There's no worries about crime here. This area of Fort Myers, for the most part, is a very elegant, clean area. So if you're looking for affordability, look into this area of Fort Myers. Around Cypress Lakes, Gladiola, Summerlin, the southwest side of Fort Myers, around Harlem Lakes. This whole area is really great. The schools are good here. Cypress Lakes, there's a high school, Cypress Lakes High School's here. Katie went to Cypress Lakes High School. I would say it's a very good school. I don't offer too many opinions on schools being good because I don't like the way I don't agree with what people consider a good school. What I consider a good school isn't a textbook definition of a good school. But anyways, so far we found a person who gave us a mango, some antiques. So we're leaving the neighborhood with something. A little piece of scrap metal there, but we're not collecting scrap metal. I save the scrap metal I get from my business and I recycle it, but that's because I'm already getting it. But I'm not going to actually pick it up unless it's like copper, aluminum, or cable, or brass, or something like that, where they pay you a lot more by the pound. Then you can. Here's a house for sale right here if somebody's interested in calling. Now I can't be calling all these people, so if somebody watching wants to call and ask how much the house is worth, it's in let's see here, it's 1427, and the phone number is right there. It says Amy. So if somebody's looking for a house in Fort Myers, I'm sure it's on the market. There's two cats hanging around, so this is a cat neighborhood. Some neighborhoods, they'll pick up the cats and get rid of them, but here there's a few cats hanging around. The one across the street is for sale too. So this area of Fort Myers is good. I haven't lived here, but Katie has. When I met Katie, her parents were living out here, so we've spent a lot of time in this area. Houses in this neighborhood are in the 250s. Now that's still $150,000 more than the starting price versus other areas of Florida. You know, if this was in Arcadia or something, it might be 150, but for this area of Florida, that's very good. And that one guy gave us a mango. That's awesome. I see a lot of fruit trees, mango trees. I like this neighborhood because the people that live here actually live here. I'm not a fan of these neighborhoods where everybody's a snowbird and in the summer your neighborhood's a ghost town. I don't like those neighborhoods. These neighborhoods here, the vast majority of the people live here. So these people painted their house black, red shutters, very interesting detail. Notice the garages are open, people are outside. It's a real neighborhood, you know. It's a real neighborhood. It's a nice area for sure. People are outside, you know, people have an antique car in the garage. You know, it's a real neighborhood. Good area. This house here, the grass is a little bit rough. We're coming up on one here with the grass is a little bit rough. Yeah, buddy. This house is a little bit bigger. This one will be pushing the 300s for sure. Notice no metal bars on the windows. People outside. It's a real neighborhood. It's a real American neighborhood. Look at the map and let's figure out how to get out of this one, baby.
Headquarters over there.
I thought it was a Dominican restaurant. It's actually a place to vote or something. I'm like, great, they have a Dominican restaurant. I'm like, Republican what? Oh man, I thought I was gonna get some mofongo or something, you know? House of Pasta. Lots of restaurants in this area. Lots of little Italian places and, you know, all the little things you'd want from a neighborhood. Little bars, little Italian places. Lots of that. There's a Sanibel Community Bank here. Notice it's Sanibel and Captiva. We're not there yet, but we're close enough. Banco de America. So people are always asking me what's a good neighborhood for dating. I don't really know what to say about that. What's a good neighborhood or place for singles? That is a tough question.
He's never really dated.
I found Katie in this neighborhood, so it must be a good area. It produces good white women around here. If that's what you're into. By preference or by necessity. I don't judge. It's a nice neighborhood, even though it's kind of like a nice neighborhood. It's kind of like 70s and 80s. You know, they're older houses. They're not brand new, but it's kept its form, you know. A lot of times neighborhoods kind of lose their form when they're that old, you know. This area of Fort Myers, the neighborhoods have really stood up, you know. Stood the test of time. As houses get older, they get less desirable, and people just don't want to live in them. In my personal opinion, duplexes just ruin neighborhoods. What is this thing? All right, we're on Fiesta Lane. It's time to party on Fiesta Lane. Some more apartments on the other side here. There's a lot of apartments in this area, and for the most part, they're not bad. I think a few of the apartments off of McGregor heading towards Captiva are a little bit rougher, but for the most part, clean, nice areas. No, not bad at all. Nice, clean neighborhoods. No complaints. It's a nice, clean neighborhood. Grass is cut. Yards are well kept. Houses are painted. It's a nice neighborhood that's held itself pretty, you know, held itself in good shape, you know. This guy's got a truck and trailer. That's cool, you know. Some neighborhoods, like in Naples, they won't let you do that. Some of the fancier neighborhoods, you're not allowed to have work equipment, you know. And with reason. Sometimes people ruin a neighborhood with all their crap, you know. You can just make out the school behind these houses. I'm not saying it's a perfect neighborhood, but it's not bad, you know. It's not a bad area. It's an affordable, nice little houses. They're hard to find in Southwest Florida. And just because it's a middle class, you know, normal neighborhood doesn't mean it's bad. A lot of times people think because the neighborhood's more expensive or bigger that it's better, and that's not always the case. In San Sauci, East Tropicana, near Cypress Lakes High School, and there's also a Cypress Lakes Middle School. Nice little bass boat right there. These neighborhoods are nice, you know. Older neighborhoods, they have a lot of big trees. I do a lot of videos in the hoods here in Fort Myers, but to be honest and be fair, there are great neighborhoods in Fort Myers, and this part's Macombo. Now, Macombo is a Spanish word. I think they're going for a Latino gangster type of theme on these neighborhoods. Macombo is a kind of like a warlord, a Latin or Caribbean warlord, or Mexican Aztec warlord is a Macombo. It's a very strange word to see on a street sign. Basically, it's like a warrior. Oh snap! Look at that Cadillac now. Oh, we got a Chevy too, man. All right, we have found the Hood House. They got a blue Cadillac, black on black Cadillac too. Say what, player? Yeah, buddy. Wanna be a baller? Oh, he's got a Lincoln too, man. This guy's whip game is off the scales. We got a Hummer over here on some 22s. It's not a bad area though. That doesn't make a neighborhood bad, people. That's just characteristic. We got Fiesta Way, Mocombo Way, Tropicana.
It's a huge neighborhood. This is a huge neighborhood.
There's more back that way? All right, everybody. As a connoisseur of the streets, we're on Warwick Circle. And I know the hood when I see it. This is a little rougher. The Barrio Caliente. This is a white hood in Fort Myers. This is the nice side of Fort Myers, but there's hoods here. This is one of them. This is a rougher white neighborhood here. This whole area is white, but there are some rough white areas. This is definitely one of them. A lot of times people think that there are no rough white areas. Wait till we get to North Florida. Wait till we get up to North Florida, around Trenton. This is definitely the hood out here, the white hood. We got some graffiti. This is look at all the graffiti, right? They got the ski mask and everything. This is a nice area of Fort Myers, by the way, but this is a white hood. So we have some graffiti here. This is Oink would probably refer to police. I'm not sure what snot, what that is, but here we have the 239. So I don't know exactly what all this means. It looks like somebody with a ski mask. That's a staple of Fort Myers street stuff. So it's somebody wearing a ski mask. 239, which is the area code 77. I don't know what that refers to. Looks like it says Snook or Pook or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. I can't really decipher the lettering. But there's a crown. Usually the crown represents... I'm not going to give any opinions on this one because I don't know the significance of it. We have a Shook. Okay, so it says Shook. So I don't know exactly what this graffiti entitles, but you have the ski mask, which is just a familiar Fort Myers street related item. So you have Oink, that probably refers to the police. So this is a white neighborhood. So this is a white hood here in Fort Myers. It's a really small area, but this is all white area. Most of it is very nice, but there are a few pockets a little bit rougher. So there's not too many white hoods on this side of Fort Myers. To get to the real white hoods, you got to get on the north side by trailer parks up there. So there are some white hoods here in Fort Myers. But for the most part, this is a nice area. So there's people on the sidewalks and everything. I didn't know this area was that rough. I thought this area was pretty much nice, but it seems like it's pretty...
This is the area. This is the nice part. I want you to see what 200,000 gets you.
That'll be like $70,000 more. There's a lot of graffiti here, man.
Yeah. But look at the kitchen and everything.
I'm driving, baby.
Yeah.
Got some more graffiti here. It says war. And a frog, I think. I don't know what exactly. I'm trying to decipher as much as I can out of this graffiti, but it's not all. It's a really crappy day to record. The combination of the Saharan dust with the fact it's a rainy day, it's created. That neighborhood over there looks rough. How do I get into that neighborhood over there? The neighborhood on the other side looks really rough. So we're cruising on some white hoods in Fort Myers. How do I enter that neighborhood back there, man? Oh, it's just that one street. Sugar cane and bananas. They got scrap metal in there. That's pretty hood. When you have somebody collecting scrap metal in an apartment, here they got some garbage out front. Wow. Yeah, buddy. Might be getting a little rougher here than it used to be. I see a lot of graffiti, people hanging out by the gas stations, but that's really, it's not the way I remember this neighborhood from a few years ago. Things can change really quickly, you know. There's some nice areas out here, by the way, you know. But I mean, at this gas station on the other side, there's somebody on the ground over there. You got some graffiti and stuff. You know, it's neighborhoods that have a little bad here and there, but it's not ridiculously. Some antiques in there. It's out by the road, but I'm gonna ask just to play it safe. Alright, I just wanna make sure before I touch it, man. Yeah, I like antiques, you know. Some paintings and stuff. Pick right here. See, this is 1973. It's in rough shape, but there's a lot of good stuff in this find right here. At the antique stores, sure to get them. Anything that I pick, I usually take it to the antique stores. I never pick stuff for me. It has to be something incredibly cool for me to keep it. Everything that I pick, I usually end up taking to resale stores. But as you can see, this is mostly a white neighborhood. It's pretty rough looking here. I don't know why people have the notion that all rough neighborhoods have to either be Latino or black. It's very mistaken. I don't personally. I do all types of areas, guys. I do the hoods. I do the suburbs. I do middle class neighborhoods for people who are looking for affordability. I do a little bit of everything, you know. But the notion that all the bad neighborhoods have to be Latino or black in the United States is so wrong. There's so many white neighborhoods that are really rough. This area here is white, and this is pretty rough as any Latino or black neighborhood. You know, it's just people think that there's no rough white areas. Wait till we get up to North Florida, guys. We get to those small little towns north of Spring Hill up that way. Show you guys what a rough neighborhood is. Don't really matter. The thing is, most people here come from up north. They got a lot of money. Now, this is a rough looking little area. What time is it?
8 o'clock.
It's already 8:30. That's why it's late. It is garbage day, guys, and so far we have found about $50 worth of stuff to resell to antique stores. If it doesn't rain on the way back, if on the way back to the house we get rained on, then it's all going to go to crap. But for the most part, very nice neighborhoods, very nice clean neighborhoods here. Now these houses are going to have golf access, so they're going to be a little bit more expensive. It's not going to be Naples expensive, but they're going to be expensive for sure. Beautiful homes out here. This is a nicer side of the neighborhood. with canals around the back, it's gonna be a little bit more. Yeah, mango tree. That thing is loaded. Wow, look at this, guys. They got the water in the back. Lots of coconut trees. This is beautiful out here. We're not gonna fly the drone for a few weeks here. So we're on Cypress Lakes Drive, on the far west side of it. Daniels is one of the major roads of Southwest Florida. It eventually turns into Cypress Lakes, and by the time Cypress Lakes gets to the water, it becomes a very fancy area. Now this over here is going to be a lot fancier, but you know, you can live, you know, you may not be able to afford living here. These are obviously more expensive properties, but you can be 2 miles from here and find a house in the 250s, you know, or even the 200s if you're lucky. Definitely condos for under 200, I'm gonna imagine, are in the area. But these are beautiful homes. There's a couple walking their dog. They waved at us, very nice. There's another person jogging. Very nice neighborhood. Big tree, look at the size of that oak tree over there. Very nice area. Here's another couple jogging. So there's a lot of people jogging and walking here. It's a good thing, you know. They waved at us as well. They're holding hands. Very nice to see an older couple walking together, holding hands. That's the type of things I like to see in a neighborhood, you know. Okay, so this is the end of Cypress Lakes. So we're gonna go north now. We could go either way. We're gonna go north. It's garbage day, and so far we've been finding some good stuff. Finally, my antique stores are open again. See, those 2 boxes interest me. I'm gonna look at them on the way back. Those unsuspecting 2 boxes there could hold some treasure. Finally, the antique stores are open again. I can start selling. Hey, women, don't be sneezing in my truck. My truck. Finally, the antique stores are open again, and I'm able to, you know, start looking for little goodies again. I take these in to the antique store. All the good crap. People got good crap inside the garage. I try not to be nosy, but I can't help when they got good stuff like that. Alright, y'all. So on garbage day out here, today's garbage day, these neighborhoods produce really good finds. I'm gonna guess the view behind this house has got to be really nice. Real nice big properties. Water on both sides of the street. These are little finger streets. They got water all the way around. It's supposed to be a beautiful sunset today with the Saharan dust. We'll see how it turns out. We also had some rain clouds in the area that might ruin our view. These houses are absolutely spectacular. Most of these houses have canals on the back, so the real estate's going to be a little bit more expensive. But definitely a beautiful evening here in Fort Myers. And all along the water, along McGregor, it's a beautiful area. Beautiful drive. You're talking really nice houses. These 2 boxes here, I'm curious to know what's in them. Today I found 50 bucks. That's the gas in the restaurant for the day, you know. So, you know, when you do these little drive arounds, if you can find $50 worth of stuff that all you gotta do is drive it up to a little antique store and somebody gives you cash money for it, you know, it helps cover the gas and restaurant, whatever money you spend throughout the day. It's not a bad little deal. For a while I was seeing a lot of good stuff and having to pass on it because there was no buyers at the moment, but they're starting to open up again. They're not paying as much as they used to pay, but I understand, you know, things are a little bit rougher for them now. So we're on Jennifer Lane in Fort Myers. Very casual names here on these streets on this side. Jennifer. They're all dead end. Beautiful homes, by the way. This area is a lot nicer. And it's like this all along McGregor. This is, ooh, there's mangoes on the ground, man. I gotta ask if they'll let me eat them. Are they outside? They're not outside. Are there lights on? Hopefully this car pulls into the driveway. Let's see where this car's gonna go. Where did that car go? Where they go? There's a car right there. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if they live there, and I want to ask them if I can have some mangoes. I don't want to knock on their door. Let's see if they turn into the house. If they turn into the house, I'm going to ask them, can I have some mangoes? No, they're not going in that house. Are they? No, they're not. There's 4 mangoes on the ground. But if they're not outside the house, you can't go knocking on somebody's house, you know, in a neighborhood like this. It's just a bad idea. In a crappier neighborhood, it didn't matter because they're used to it. Like when I went to that other neighborhood, I was looking through the garbage, I knocked on the guy's door, but these neighborhoods are a little bit nicer, so people are more refined usually. You don't want to go knocking on their doors unannounced. I got a feeling about these 2 boxes. Let's throw them up there. Let's cross in the road, Bert. I'm gonna go on this bird. Nice houses out here, huh? Look at this one, wow. Look at the landscaping work on it. So now with the Saharan dust in the area, supposed to make for some very impressive sunsets. Look at that boat, man. Wow, what a beast. I bet you that boat's worth twice what my house is. Nice boat. Okay, Cypress Lake Drive and Cypress Lake Circle. So this is the Cypress Lake Circle. Trash pile. Good. Katie, I want you to buy me this house. I like it. Just go ahead and fill out the paperwork for it. Katie? Katie! Katie! Start the paperwork to buy me this house. You never buy me a big house. Sem você. Sem você. Sem você. Can you play Rock, R-A-C-A, Negra? It's a Brazilian group. They sing together. It's actually on the playlist. Just write Rock Negra, you'll find R-A-C-A Negra, N-E-G-R-A, Rock Negra. It's a Brazilian group. Sem você. A lot of people watching from Brazil. A gente do Brasil. Tá bom, tá bom. A gente do Brasil. A gente da favela. Tá bom, tá bom. Eu preciso mais dinheiro. Eu morar aqui. Eu tenho muito dinheiro.